Hey guys, and welcome to Road to Diamond, where, you guessed it, I try and achieve diamond rank in Brawlhalla. For this episode and probably the rest of the season, I'm going to be trying to get diamond with Diana. Now my ELO rating is currently 1795, so stay tuned to find out if I finish with a higher or lower ELO rating. So for the first episode, we start off against a Munin, who goes by the name of Your Legs Are Ashy. So quickly before the game started, I creamed my legs because, to be honest, nobody wants to start a ranked game with ashy legs. As you can see, this Munin is absolutely kicking my ass with a scythe, and to be honest, they actually almost killed me if they timed that ground pound better. Even with the bow, this Munin is getting off some serious damage. So I thought, let me change things up. Let me get the blasters and deal some damage. Hit them with 2 side airs in a row, nice little neutral light, and then a red ground pound. It was at this point that the Munin started becoming passive and baiting attacks, so I tried to distance myself away from the Munin as much as possible, but as you can see, it didn't work. So I tried to take their stock away as fast as possible, but as you can see, that also didn't work. I started panicking, doing moves that I really shouldn't. Why did I do that down sig? But finally, I take their stock. And then for some reason, this Munin just starts dishing out sigs left, right and centre. It caught me off guard, I won't lie, but I did manage to punish a few of their sigs. But I wasn't able to keep it up forever. Catches me with that one sig, and then as I'm getting back on the stage, catches me again with another signature. I thought I evened it up just here, but somehow the Munin had another recovery, but it didn't matter because I finished them off with a bow down sig. It was at this point I started making a comeback with a very nice combo there with a gravity cancel side sig with a bow, and the game was starting to get a little bit more close, a little bit more tense. I throw the bow in the air, get another one, recovery, and now we're both on red. It's anyone's game. Who is going to win? It was the Munin. Yeah, I lost. Took me down to 1778. Not really how you'd want to start the series, but I'm just getting started. I don't know why I did that, but moving on. Our next game is against Jake. Now this game was completely different to the one beforehand. As you can see, I'm pulling off a nice little 3-piece combo and then doing some work with the blasters. Now funnily enough, I almost sold my entire bag with poor offstage movement, but luckily I do recover, and shortly after I get the elimination with the down sig on the bow. However, the call was not done yet. He still had something to say and he disposes of me with a nice dare on the hammer. But I wasn't worrying, I was actually pretty comfortable for the majority of this game. As you can see, just chilling on the bow, doing off nice combos. Look at it, chef's kiss, chef's kiss. And then after a couple of weapon tosses and an unarmed side sig, I get the stock. Then the Jake comes up with a side sig unarmed of his own. I like how the core tried to put me off center with that little emote after he killed me, but it didn't really work. All it did was just make me focus even harder and then end up finishing the game with a nice little bow nair. So after 2 games, I had 1-1 and lost 1, which is pretty decent if you ask me. Not too good, but not too bad. We're sitting comfortably on an ELO of 1792. Moving on, the next game was against a Koji. Now I don't really like Kojis, but I'd already beaten this guy, so I wasn't stressing too much. And in this game, as you can see, from the very get-go, I successfully sell my own bag. I thought I had another jump, but apparently I just didn't, so I just plummeted to my death. Don't really know what happened there, but I do manage to get some quick damage back with a nice little combination of signatures. And then I get hit by a neutral sig, which is a common theme in this particular game. But after a recovery and then a down air, I get the stock back. Remember how I said me getting hit by the end sig is a common theme in this game? Yeah, I almost got hit 3 times in a row by this Koji. Then he started spamming, which I'm not sure why. He was playing pretty well up to this point. And instead of punishing this like a normal person with a side sig, I tried a down sig. Not quite sure why, but I do hit him with a side sig after. And then with the down sig. You know, I'm getting a lot of kills with this down sig. I might have to give it a nickname. I'm gonna call it the Old Reliable. And then I just start absolutely dominating this guy, putting in the work. Nice little dodge read.
Damn.
Oh, the neutral sig.
Golly.
Oh, the down air.
Oh.
The weapon throw misses, but then the ground pound hits, and it's game over. It was a really good game for me, and he wanted a rematch. I didn't give it to him. The next game was up against Val. Now this was a very, very tense game. There was no clear one person that was in control of the game. Momentum shifted from me to my opponent, back to me, back to my opponent, and it was a very, very good game. It was a game that I would have loved to have in experimental where I don't really care about the outcome of the game, but it had to be in ranks where I actually care. And funnily enough, once again, I sell my own bag. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on, but the Val couldn't capitalize, and after 2 tidy weapon throws, I get the stock. Now, before you ask me in the comments why I didn't just dodge up, sometimes my jumps don't come out, so I have to make sure that I don't actually have any jumps left before I do dodge up. But it just seems that I wasn't fast enough. But anyway, let's get back to the game. I thought that was going to kill me, but I was wrong. I thought the weapon toss was going to kill me, but I was wrong. So I thought to myself, maybe I will survive this. But yet again, I was wrong. And then the Val taunted, so I thought to myself, you must really not want to win, do you? But the finale of the fight was very, very intense. We're both going blow for blow. I hit him with a side light, then they hit me with a side light of their own. Misses the ground pound, hits me with the sig. I'm actually so lucky. I'm so lucky that that signature has like no power, because I would have been dead any other way. Anyway, I hit the Val off the stage, and then once again hitting them away from the stage. I throw my blasters at Val, and then they just sell their bag. I don't know what was going through their head. You could have easily at least tried to get back onto the stage, but you just didn't want to, did you? The penultimate game was up against a Knicks. Oh geez, because everyone loves playing against people that abuse the scythe. How did I know that this Knicks was going to abuse the scythe? Well, it's simple. As soon as they picked up the blasters, 3 dares in a row. So I wasn't surprised when they inevitably dropped the blasters and picked up the scythe as soon as possible. And once again, I almost sell
Big fella, help me, big fella.
bag. I don't know what's going on with my movement in this episode. I'm lucky I had a recovery, because if not, I would have been a goner. I just have no idea why my movement is so bad. And in this game, I cannot lie, this Knicks was kicking my ass with the scythe. So I'm starting to see why they favoured it so much. Funnily enough, this Knicks almost sold their bag as well with the ground pound, but they recovered with a dodge up. And then they took my stock. So I answered by taking theirs. And then taking their stock a second time with a nice neutral sig with a bow. Then I tried getting a nice and quick early stock away to win the game with the double neutral sig with a bow, but the Knicks punished nicely. Now, I don't really like going up against the scythe. I'm not sure many do, because it's so damn fast. Like, if your opponent misses an attack and you're thinking of going in for a punish, by the time you've made your move, they've already tried to hit you with 3 new different attacks. It's just way too fast. The Knicks hit me with a very good string, but I retaliated by finding a small window to use my end sig with the bow and finally finish them off with a weapon toss. And just like that, I had won the game. In the final game of the episode, I came up against a Mordex, yet another scythe user. Now, I would be worried, coming up against a scythe user and whatnot, but I had already beaten this Mordex 3 times, so I wasn't too worried. As you can see, finishing the Mordex off with a nice little dare. Unfortunately for me, the Mordex didn't want to just lie down and take a beating. Instead, they decided to make it interesting and killed me with a side sig. I missed with a very poorly timed side sig and ended up paying with my life. And then the Mordex hit me with a very promising looking string, but I bounced back with another dare. Now, what you're about to see is pro level, so I'm not even going to bother commentating. I'm just going to let the gameplay do the talking. So after 6 games played, we had won 5 and lost only 1. Our ELO rating is now at 1853, which is really good and way higher than it was at the start of the video. So I'm pretty happy with myself. In the next episode, we're gonna try and smash past 1900, so be sure to tune in for that one. If you enjoyed the video, please smash that like button. Also subscribe. I'm trying to hit 300 subscribers by the end of the month. We're almost at 200. The 200 sub club is almost closed. I think there's like 3 spots left as of the time of me uploading this video, so be sure to get in there quickly. If you're already part of the 200 sub club, then let me know in the comments. What is the 200 club, you might ask? To be honest, I don't really know. But imagine like one day this channel starts to pop off, and then you can comment down below saying like, oh, I've been here since the 200 sub club days, and then someone will reply to your comment saying like, what the hell's that? And you'll be like, I don't know. But yeah, that's about it.